Ian's not going to speak about himself because he's too humble. But I felt like I had to say something about him just for a brief second.
He doesn't even know me.
So Ian's about to finish my second Shabbos. And normally during the 9 days, people, they rush to do a Siyum, whether it's on second Makos, Chagiga, and like those are great accomplishments. They really are. Any Torah learning, even just like a sentences, and then a tremendous accomplishment. But the fact that he toiled through 2 years of Talmud Torah, specifically my second Shabbos, it's not one of the cute Masechtas. It's not like the ones with, I mean, they have good Agadah in and everything, but it's like very, very hard. And I think it's very apropos for Ian's character. We see him; he's constantly learning. He's someone who he's mamish lasso for Torah. He's immersed in Torah. It's not just that he learns it, but he lives it, and it's something that we should all aspire to be like. So with that, Ian, please.
Thank you very much. It's important to realize that, just to know what we're doing, that the 9 days, the reason why we don't eat meat and wine is because it's supposed to be sad. It's a sense of mourning, and those things that bring us to happiness. We all want to go out for a nice dinner. And it's really important to realize that in Judaism, like the halacha is, that we believe that the excitement and the appreciation and the simcha that we should have when someone finishes a piece of Torah is more important than in one aspect, it's almost more important than mourning for the Beis Hamikdash for this little moment. It shows how important that we need to value Torah in our lives. It's customary to learn the last few lines with you to finish the Masechta with you guys, so that you actually feel like you finished it with me and that we do it together, and that's why we all get to participate. But I just wanted to speak about one little aspect of learning in general, and then we'll finish it quickly. There's a mashal with a chafetz chaim. There was a king, and the king was very rich, obviously, and for his 25th anniversary with his wife, he wanted to get her something really special. It was coming up in about 8 months. So he knew that she really liked glass structures. So he looked around town and found the best glass maker in town. And he happened to be the poorest guy in town, but what he wanted to make was a beautiful sculpture, a huge sculpture of their mansion, like of their house, of their palace. And he really thought that his wife would appreciate that. But this was 8 months of work. So he went to the glass maker, the poor guy, and he said, I'm going to pay you $1 million for these 8 months, and you don't take any other job. You're going to be working on this day and night, 8 months. That's it. I'll pay you when you give me the thing, but you'll be set for life. Obviously, this year might be tough for you because you're not going to have any money or anything to do that, but after that, you're golden. Just do me this one amazing job. He says, fine, I'll do it. He worked day and night every day. That's all he did. No other jobs. Life was really tough. He didn't have any other income during that time. And then the end of the 8 months come. And he finished the sculpture, and it's beautiful. And he goes to bring it to the king. And the king opens his door or his room, and he sees the poor glassmaker standing there. And he's in shock. It's beautiful. Every detail, everything perfect. The sculpture, the rooms, the posts, the outside, gorgeous, better than he could ever imagine. He's so happy. And everyone's happy, fine, good, he's about to pay him. He says, hold on, I'll go get the money that we agreed on. I'll be right back. The second he turns, he said, bring in the sculpture, put it down there. The second he turns around, the poor glassmaker takes a step, slips, and the glass structure falls, shatters into millions of pieces, right in front of everyone's eyes. Everyone's silent for like a solid minute. And they look at each other, and the glass guy goes, so you're going to pay me? And he's like, you kidding me? Like, I can't pay you. I'm not going to have a gift to give to my wife. I paid you for a product. He's like, what do you mean? Like, you saw me work for day and night for 8 months. I didn't make any other money. I don't have any money at all. He's like, you saw it, how gorgeous it was. It was every detail. You loved it 30 seconds ago. He's like, I can't pay you. Like, I don't have a gift to give to my wife. And that's a really sad story. But the nimshal, is that in Judaism, we don't believe in that. With saying a Siyum, anu amelim v'heim amelim, we work hard and the non-Jews work hard. Anu amelim v'kabim schar v'heim amelim v'ein v'kabim schar. We work hard and we receive reward. They work hard and they don't receive reward. Because how does it work in the rest of the world? If you don't produce, if you don't finish your job, if you don't get a product, all your work is worthless. You have a goal, you have to reach that. But in Judaism, and specifically in spiritual matters, and growing and working on ourselves, we believe that if you put in your hardest you could do, even if it's not the best, and even if you didn't reach your goal or do it the best that you think you can do, but you really believe that you tried your hardest, Hashem loves that and you're rewarded. We get rewarded for our efforts. Even though I learned this and I put in effort, but I might not understand it or remember all of it because it's long, but I still get rewarded. Just for the effort and just telling myself, even if I don't have the best davening, like I wanted to have better kavanah during davening, but I worked and I really believe that I put in my all effort, that's rewarded, and that's what we always have to remember. As long as we really put in our effort, then we'll get rewarded. So just to finish the Gemara with you guys, Shabbos obviously talks about a lot of different topics of Shabbos. There's the malachos and muksa, and there's deoraisa, things from the Torah and things from the rabbis that are also. The last thing that's spoken about is something from the rabbis. From Derabanan, we just talked about that you're not allowed to measure on Shabbos. Like, you're going to measure like with a ruler. Not that that's so bad, but it's just that's not Shabbos-dik, and that's a Derabanan problem. So there's a story that Ula Ikula Be Reish Galusa. Ula came to visit the house of Reish Galusa. Chazi le Rabba Bar Huna, the Yosef Ba'avna Demaya. He saw Rabba Bar Huna sitting in a bathtub. The Kamasha flame. He was measuring the bathtub. Amar Le, he said to him, Emar the Amr Rabbanim, Bedidid the mitzvah. The Lab mitzvah be Amr. He says, I know that measuring is mutter when it's for a mitzvah. Like, you could measure the mikvah if you know how big the size is. That's an example that it gives. But if you're just measuring nothing, that's not allowed on Shabbos. So what are you doing? So he answers, no, I wasn't really measuring. I looked like I was. What's going on? He was basically, for some reason, he was sick or whatever, and he was sitting in the bathtub on Shabbos just to cool down. And since you really think about the amazingness, this is Rabbah, but the amazingness of the rabbis in the Gemara, he didn't want to waste a second of his time. And you're not allowed to learn Torah in the bathroom. So basically what he was doing is that he was just measuring the bathtub, just like counting the tiles, whatever, just to like always keep his mind thinking that it'd be better for learning Torah later. So that's why it wasn't a problem on Shabbos, but that's also just a nice lesson in itself, that we should value our time, try not to waste our time. Hajjan Allah Misha Hefshik Sleep Lam Sefah Shabbos. Hajjan Allah Sefah Shabbos, Hajjan Allah Dait Lam Sefah Shabbos, Dait Lam Nish Shem Yachim Sefah Shabbos, Lo Dis Shem Yachim Lo Ba Amadi Lo Ba Dase. Hajjan Allah Sefah Shabbos, Hajjan Allah Dait Lam Sefah Shabbos, Dait Lam Nish Shem Yachim Sefah Shabbos, Lo Dis Shem Yachim Lo Ba Amadi Lo Ba Dase. Hajjan Allah Sefah Shabbos, Hajjan Allah Dait Lam Sefah Shabbos, Dait Lam Nish Shem Yachim Sefah Shabbos, Lo Dis Shem Yachim Lo Ba Amadi Lo Ba Dase. Yira Sam Fanecha Adonai Elohim Lo Yavsinu Shetei Darasko Marasinu Ba'om Hazeh Teimalam Haba. Anina Rakam Rami Papa, Nachman Papa, Achai Papa, Abba Moir Papa, Racham Papa, Rakish Papa, Surcha Papa, Adar Papa, Dar Papa. Harid no Adonai Elohim Reis Raska, V'finu V'chiti As Amku Yisrael, V'nei Kulanu Anachim T'tenu T'secha V'yisrael Kulanu Yodish Mechom L'Shusecha. Me'avayte Chachmeni V'Shusecha Kilo Hili. Yili B'Sam V'Tkecha Oman L'Rivosh L'Olam L'Oshkef V'Tkecha Kibam Ki-Yisoni. Baruch Atah Adonai L'Abdini V'Tkecha Amen 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 Sel V'Ed. Modem Nachlach Adonai Elohim L'Yavsinu. Shesam T'chalkin Yoshua Beis HaMidrash. So something Chalkin of Yeshua Kronos. Shona Mashkim, Hey Mashkim, Ono Mashkim, the Turkey Mashkim, Vorm Tail. Ono Mail and Hey Mail, Ono Mail and Kam Star, Hey Mail and Kam Star. Ono Rasim Himaratsu, Ono Rasim Faim Ba, Himaratsu Vershach, Namar Talem Toridim, Vershach as Ashi Dam, remember La Yitsa Yam, and Yef Tachbach Yertzon, Lefanecha. Adonai Alhai, Kashim Shas, the tongue of the sign, Shabbos, Kinta Azil, Hatim, Septus, Spar Machirim. Simon Blum, Lam, Lish, Velas, and Kamas, Good Day, Sham, Yaba. The Skus called Tanam, Ram, the Salmidi, Kham, Yama, Lee, Zari, Shlo, Yama, Shatar, P, and Visa, Zari, Yadalam. This is Kaim Kiwi, this is Kaim Kiwi Hill, this Halafa, and Khel, Safa, Shaf, the Khos, Shmor, Lefa, Hakitosa, Kefa, Kiwi, Imri, Yamefa, Yasifu, Lachas, Fame, or Kambi, Minabis, Malash, Kavod, and then I was the Moitin, and Driver, so much Shalom. Please stand up for God. This is Nabi Slash Meraba. And this Father, Lachin, Isayu, Asaka, Lakai, Alma, Midnight, Carter, the Slave, Lashak, Hate, Levy, Gabe, Lameker, Pulpana, Nukra, Mayar, Lasava, Pulpana, Dishmael, Asari, Yamlech, Kuchabrifu, Malfusa, Vikare, the Five Punjam, and Kunai, Kobe Israel. Pablo is my crib and Rameh. Man, Ishmael, Rameh.